And welcome back, YouTube, to another episode of From the Depths. And we are where we pretty much left,
Receiving.
doing silly things, of course. Did change slightly bit on the commands, changed the concept a
Receiving.
bit. You're repairing? Yes, you're repairing. And of course, the nest war here has, yeah, I figured out I done something silly with it. What I actually done was, when I was testing this ship, I had the guns tested on a rig, and that rig only had about 350,000 power. But when I built this ship, I built it with 600,000 power, so these guns were taking more time to actually charge themselves up as I initially expected them, and as the end result they went very quickly out of sync and started single firing and everything else, which was not really producing volumes of fires that I wanted. And of course that's a bad thing. You do want to have, like with these guns, these big guns, you kinda want them to fire the entire turret at the same time. That's why you put more than one gun on a turret. And of course you are fighting the enemy. Juggernaut, Trebuchet, ooh, and an Eerie.
Receiving.
Yes. This might be bad. Yeah. Not completely sure about the... I mean, the Eerie and Juggernaut shouldn't be that much of a problem, but if the Trebuchet gets a couple of decent salvos at us, we could be quite in a lot of trouble, so... And the first thing that is, it's... the Juggernaut. Okay. And, well, first our shells missed. I also changed what kind of ammunition some of the shells are using there, so the smaller guns are actually now using pure AP. Previously they were actually using a composite solid kind of type. Now they're using AP solid because it just does slightly bit more damage. I don't expect these tiny guns to penetrate anything, even with full sabot. I think their armor penetration was something like 14, so they're completely useless when it comes down to penetrating stuff. So their entire value is just by stripping armor away, and in that regard you just want as much AP, pure kinetic damage as possible, and AP does that the best, it seems, or at least to what I watched the stats of it. So yeah, hopefully it will work slightly bit better. And when I say slightly, I mean slightly. Even though we are shooting at... what exactly? No idea. Something at the side here. Most likely this turret. Trying to hit it down. Oh! No, didn't explode. Thought it's going to explode, that rear turret, but it didn't. Well, we are broadside to it. And we are shooting something at the back. Not the most advantageous. I would rather like you to shoot something at the right here, center of the vessel. I think that would be the best case scenario. But we took out the rear turret. Yeah. Still don't like you shooting back there. Oh, well, it's too damaged. And it does have this big gun here. Never even fired a shot, I'm guessing. In this battle. Huh. Okay. It's... well, it's dying, so... that's a good thing, but I have no idea what will be spawned after this. Oh, the Eerie. Ooh. That's actually kind of a good... well, good. It's good from the point of fact that once the Trebuchet gets in, we're gonna have more than a couple of ships into the battle, so that may actually fare more useful than than the situation where we will only have one ship. But at the same time, we're gonna be running kinda low on ammo there. And, well, the Erie already lost some of its laser ammunition defense, so this is now gonna get much easier. Well, easier. We're gonna have to see how much easier. And you're sailing into an island. I would like you to turn around, actually. Because you're gonna be sailing straight into an island. There, I'm gonna drive you slightly underneath the vessel. You're still gonna have your lasers to shoot up, right? So that should not be too concerning. Slightly slowing down. Yikes. Barely missing the island there. Are we using our lasers? Yes, we're using our lasers. Doing some damage, not a lot though.
Taking command.
Alright. But we actually done some damage with our lasers. Ah. Yeah. Well, it's pretty much Erie is going down. The Baba is sailing into an island. Not much I can do to help that one. She's just being silly like that. Yeah, the Nestor does have the Lue on board, but smaller vessels like the Baba don't. So I think I'm gonna just
Turning off.
G full reverse. Actually,
Gunnery
keep guns
enabled.
on. And let's try to turn you out. And there is the damage. It's going down. The Baba, on the other hand, is well, turned around. Up. Are you? Guessing you are. Okay, TGC
Taking
combat
command.
and back to our to the Nestor. And ooh, it's not a trebuchet. It's the I have no idea what this thing is. I just forgot it. It showed it before the name, but I have forgotten in the meantime. Oh well, too damaged. Yes. Unfortunately.
Gunnery enabled.
This is not good.
Taking command.
Not good at all. There is literally Baba just between, yeah, and she nearby lost her turrets there. But the trebuchet is in, and how long will we be able to take out those turrets? If we take them out quick enough, we may actually not have any problems with it whatsoever at all. And it blew. Yes, we hit that rear turret, which is usually the one that explodes. I have no idea why the hell we are even... Oh, it's that. Why they're always shooting into these rear sections here, but they do. All of the ships shoot straight in this rear section here. Most likely trying to hit one of these side turrets. But inadvertently they hit the big gun, and thanks to our shape charge munition it went right through it and I'll kill it. Even though, as you can see here, just a couple of seconds of fire and the trebuchet done quite a significant damage. Actually got through the hull, even though this is, as I said, it's more of a battle cruiser. It only has a couple of layers here, at the best 3, and it was 2, more toward the top. Only has 2 layers, so it's not that well protected, but it's still, I mean, that's still significant damage right there done to us. Thankfully, the trebuchet does not use shape charge munition. So, or at least I don't think it does. So it didn't really do all that much damage. But if you leave those guns in the game for too long, they tend to wreck you and bigger stuff. So, Yeah. Considering, I mean, the trebuchet is actually somewhat of the same size as we are, at about 20 to 23,000 in volume, and actually has 12 of those 500mm guns that actually tend to rapid fire, then stop firing, then rapid fire again. So yeah, not exactly a firing solution that I would prefer. You two actually managed to ram each other, haven't you? Even considering how far apart from one another you spawned in, you still managed to go straight from one another. It's just... ah, the AI in this. Alright, let's jump into another battle. Let's see some extra action.
Receiving. Moving now. Receiving. Moving now. Receiving.
Soup,
Moving now.
forward, well, pinnacle, bulwark, cauldron, and, well,
Receiving.
what other things we are having. Well, this is pretty much a clearing force anyhow, so yeah. Well, now we're gonna try to put a couple of nearways in. I'm not really sure how this will go, but we'll see. If we can even get one of them, it would be a good idea. It's gonna be a good thing. 9,700, yeah, initially we're starting practically on the same volume as the enemy fleet is. So, well, first shells practically exploded upon hitting the water. You know what? Focus on the pinnacles here instead, because they're having those annoying laser munition defense on them. Shooting down shells, shooting down missiles. Alright, that's one. I'm guessing it's that. Nope. Still nope. Still being annoyance. Okay. Oh, finally 2 damage. Wow, that actually took us some time. And target this one as well, because he's on the same annoyance type level. Oh, come on. Hit him. Hit him. We do have torpedoes. I'm not really seeing those torpedoes coming in. Okay. Ooh. Well, that's not too damaged up as well. And, well, you can finish him off, and... we really are not that hard-pressed. Just speeding up this battle, that's the only thing I'm doing. Oh well. Yeah, I could be a bit smarter when it comes down to engaging targets like that. Would wish that there'd be like more of a priority settings when it comes down to regards of it. But okay. Well, this one is, yeah, as you can see, being finished fairly quickly now. I'm not really sure where we are shooting at, something at the side, and it's too damaged. And now you're pretty much the last one on the enemy front here. And the next one gonna be the bulwark, yeah. The bulwark. The pinnacles are like 4,000 in volume, so if the pinnacle would be the one to spawn in, it would already spawn in, but it's gonna be the bulwark. So it's Nest War versus the bulwark. Pretty much, we don't get any extra ships because Nero is actually pretty sizable. It's 12,000 in volume, so... oh, well, one of the turrets already exploded there. The bulwark centralized turret structure there is somewhat weak against getting shot at. As I did say before, they do have these tiny turrets which are highly explosive. I thought these were like an 88mm miniguns, but apparently they changed that. It's something slightly bit bigger. Most likely something around 200mm, I'm guessing here. To what it looks like. about on the other side? Yeah, it has the same kind of thing. And we're shooting something at the back now. Well, we've taken that rear turrets. The problem is that the rear turrets is not what we should be afraid of here. It's the front ones. Oh well. We still didn't get a second ship in, so even though we did take a tremendous amount of blocks of bulwark now. And we are at 33,000 in volume, so we should 35 or so, we should get an extra ship. Hey. But until then, it's the Nestor versus a bulwark, and Nestor is winning quite comfortably. Lose 200 blocks or so. Even though, yeah, you can shoot at the front guns up as well, you know. Those are the dangerous ones here. Yeah. Hopefully we didn't lose anything that would be significantly important. Where we get shot. Oh, we lost our torpedoes. That's what we lost. I'm guessing also that the enemy is actually shooting at our propulsion for God knows what reasons. It's most likely the same reasons as why we are continuously on shooting at the rear of the enemy vessel. It's because the AI in this game is silly, that's why. Ah, well. But without our torpedoes, this will actually take us a bit longer. No, it's still 34,000, we still don't have an extra ship. So that's actually... just like you to shoot to the front, more toward the front. More toward the stuff that is above the waterline and not underneath. I'm just... yeah, see? There. One gun down. There. And this one up as well. Because, let's face it, you see? That's that freaking easy. But God forbid, now it's gonna go back on shooting something that is underneath water and therefore missing gloriously. Just... I just hate it when it's doing that. Just so much hate it. But well, I mean, we're gonna win this one. We're actually losing blocks. We must have shot ourselves or something. Yeah, the guns were most likely firing and got something at the front and then just... still didn't get the second vessel out. Oh, well, now we did. Now that the bulwark is already dead, we managed to get the second vessel out. So yeah, we needed about 36,000 in volume to what I could see there. So that's definitely not something that would be... yeah, Babas were a better support for that, just because they were actually in, no matter how silly those things tend to be. And the nearby is actually quite far away. 2,500. Really? At this range you shouldn't have that much of a problem hitting it. But for some other reason you do. Oh well. What can I say? And the last one is the Pinnacle, which is instantly getting destroyed. Oh yeah. Small ships like these, they can be pesky, but in most cases they need to come in numbers and they need to have repairs on them. That's the two things they just absolutely need to be, or they just suffer a fate like this. Even though it actually now survived for some other reason quite a long time. I mean, usually as soon as they get hit they just vanish. Alright.
Receiving.
So
now.
we go up.
Receiving.
Okay.
Moving now.
Well, I think that
Moving now.
the Nestor now is 109,000, 123,000, 27,000.
Receiving.
We could
now.
build an entire Nestor now, another one.
Moving now.
So I'm not gonna do that, but Bayonetas put up LS. What's that? Oh, I'm just checking what we might potentially face once we go against this. Ooh. How about Pinnacle?
Receiving.
Really? Just sending something like that against a Courant? Jeez.
Receiving.
That's just not particularly smart of you. Okay. Alright. We're in the game. I changed some of the guns yet again on the Courant because, well, why not? But the main turrets got deepened in so that there is less of a barrel to shoot at, and that should help with the survivability of the main batteries. Unfortunately, I apparently forgot to reload them. So now they are not loaded. So we only have our secondary guns to actually deal with all of these enemies. Secondary guns, torpedoes and missiles. That's the things we are having. Can we survive this battle against this humongous fleet coming towards us? Well, of course we can. I mean, just look at this. Not even using its main guns. And it's practically murder. Oh! Did one of the big guns? No, it's just the 200mm side guns is actually shooting those what seems larger shells. Even though those were supposed to be disruptors, so I'm not sure how much of an effect those actually have on the enemy. Oh, yeah, and our secondaries, because they're built for autoloaders, they're now reloading. Or firing significantly slower than what they did before. So we're gonna have to rely on missiles and torpedoes now to actually kill the enemy. Yay. And, well, we're winning. Marginally victories, but, you know, we have to take what we can get. Oh, well. Okay, that must have been... Yeah, main batteries are online. Even though they're... For now, I don't think they're gonna be firing with their full force, simply because... Yeah, no, only one, the front gun is... Front turret is loaded, the rest are not. Oh, and it takes like a minute and a half for a single shell to actually load itself. So, and now it took like... We must have gone like 3 or 4 minutes for the front gun to just one of the turrets to load itself. So 1 minute and a half to actually load the shell into the magazine, and then another minute to load itself into the gun. Yeah. It takes a while before the guns get loaded. And since we started with 0 shells, well, it's kind of expected that we just took extra time. Oh, now I remembered. The Nestor does have one feature. If somebody didn't see it, at the bottom of the hull, you don't see these propellers like you see on the Courant, and that's because the propellers are actually shielded. You only need like the center of part of the propeller to actually have some exit point. The rest can be covered up, you know, and so if I put it like this. This propeller still functions. You just need this absolute center block and it's gonna work. But yeah, that's what I have done on the nest, where it has all of these propellers, but it has them somewhat internally and just holes poking through the hull to allow it to work. Yay! So they're not that exposed to enemy fire. Which I think maybe I could do on the Courant up as well, but I'm not completely sure whether or not that's a good idea. And this is right underneath the turret. I didn't even notice this. This is actually not that good of an idea at all. What on the back? You're not underneath the turret, are you? No, you are underneath the fuel tanks. No, underneath the engine. Okay, not the best positions for those sort of things, but, well, yeah. The Courant is still looking to be slightly bit retrofitted here and there. And, well, the guns are now fully loaded. So, the next battle we go into, we get to see these 500mm guns. Yeah, and the one thing I have done is just push them deeper in, because we don't need as many cooling vents anymore, since we're not firing that fast. So, reducing some of the cooldown, even though it's still at 1.65 seconds, really? 2 seconds? Wow, it's... I don't understand how. I definitely reduced... Oh yeah, I did also reduce the propellant on the shell, so maybe that's why. Yeah, but anyhow, I just pushed them in all the way to here, to the back end, most forward back end, just to make them slightly less exposed, and they also poke less out of the shield once the ship is engaged, so they're kinda just slightly bit harder to hit. And therefore slightly bit harder to disable, and of course that does translate into the main turrets just being tiny bit better at surviving crap being shot their way. But yeah, but we're also kind of being out of time, so I'm gonna just end the recording here, and well, see ya.